Good evening and good night from Yummy B TV. Now I've only come up tonight because I'm about to travel again for the third time today. And the questions I've been asked on Messenger from 4 different people at various times. Do I believe in karma? I'm going to answer that question right at the end. But remember the scenarios the other day when I was talking about past crimes? Someone mentioned the other day, Yummy, we should call your channel monologues, because a lot of the times we're going over diaries of past crimes and things that all went with it, with that shit life and fake life. Now we knew about the handcuffs where I locked my own self in. I believe again, that's karma, to make me look stupid in some way for doing something bad to somebody and stealing their things, getting the handcuffs locked on me, so they had to be sawn off. But there was the other one as well, where one Christmas, 23rd of December, 1988, on the run for a few weeks, staying with friends, and I was out doing no good, about 11 o'clock at night, over Hyde Park, Bayswater Road. So, looking around, everything in darkness, looked up about 5-10 floors, thinking lights off, nobody's in. And I thought I'd try my luck. And I climbed 10 floors, climbed through an open small little window that had these rusty little things on the window where you could kind of sadly punch out and go through the window. And within 10-20 seconds, the alarm's gone off. So all the panic stricken in. So while I was running about, I picked up a locket. I didn't know whether it was silver or gold. We know what it meant with that life, with jewelry and stuff like that. So I didn't look at it. But the alarm was so loud, I shit my pants, basically, excuse the language, legged it back out the window, breathing really, really hard, got onto the Bayswater Road, a mile away, walking, very quiet that time of night, even for Bayswater standards, on that 23rd of December, near to Christmas. Now, a dog van pulled up. 2 policemen, a couple of dogs in the back, stops right in front of me. We knew the rules. If you run, you're going to make yourself look bait. So I stopped. They said, "Hello, sir. Do you mind if we have a quick word with you?" I said, "No, sir. Anytime you want, acting all cool, like I've done nothing wrong." They said, "Well," I said, "Why? What is the reason for the search?" They said, because something's happened not far away and we just want to run a few checks on people in the area just leaving around the vicinity, if you like. So they searched my pockets, came up with the locket. Lo and behold, they looked at the locket, went away 2 yards and looked at his colleague and said, "Excuse me, sir, can you come and sit in the van with us, please?" And I said, "Why no?" They said, "Explain in a minute." So I didn't know at this time what was on the locket. So when I got into the passenger seat or the back of the car, I can't remember which, on the locket was the name of the address of where the alarm just went off. Now, it wasn't the first time in life where I believe karma and what goes around comes around, and when you do bad, evil things, does it follow you in some sort of way? Is there a payback? I have to say, on this occasion, yes, definitely. Because while I was in the police station, it was all taking the mick out of me. I felt like a fool. I was remanded in custody, as usual, on Christmas Eve, feeling like an idiot. A month later or so, the first time in my whole criminal history, I ended up in the Crown Court, and I was in front of a judge called Judge Goldstein. Sadly, rest in peace, I hear now. Now, in chapter 1 of my book, that should be out in the next 9 months or so, hopefully, will be now that I've got loads of times, more focused, got settled a couple of places. So I expect the book to be done. But the words that he used, right, because the judge laughed at me as well about the burglary. He said, "What kind of burglar steals a locket with an address of the apartment that he's just burgled?" Feel like an idiot again. Do I believe in that bit of karma? Yes, I do. On other occasions, all right, so again, when drug dealers sell drugs think they got loads of money, thousands, millions. You've been out there years, shot in, big in the game. But when you get arrested these days, they seem to find a way where they could track down everything that you've done through finances. Some try to hide it in different ways and all that. But they're more sophisticated now than they was in the old days, and everything gets confiscated, seized, and, money's taken away. So then all that stuff and that, again, taken away from you means that, again, karma, again, that dirty money, bad deeds lead to bad results and time incarcerated by prison, or possibly death by, being in that bad way. Also, they asked me about karma again when you're out there firing your gun all over the place and you could shoot 10 men, your name's ringing absolutely everywhere as a man to be feared. Hold on 1 second. As a man to be feared, but then it comes to your turn when you get shot at, because the karma again is you do too many of your bad deeds, more than likely karma has it, what goes around comes around, that it will be your turn to get shot too. Now, when you're lying there, if you've been shot and you've got, you're wishing you would live, the thoughts that are going to be flashing through your mind is that now you know what everybody else felt like while you was doing it to them. So, do I believe in karma and what goes around comes around? Yes, I do. I was watching boxing the other night with the great Roy Jones Jr. I was watching because, I missed out a lot in prison, where I missed, watching all these live fights that he had before, the end of his career. For 25 fights, this boxer was taking the absolute mick out of his opponents. Front punches here, flashy, dancing, shuffling the Harley shuffles and punches from every angle, hitting people and smiling and sticking his head out and blah, blah, blah. Done it for so long. Great boxer, but a piss taker in a way. Man, you're dancing around people, licking them with this one and licking them with that one, and when they're on the floor smiling and that. But you know what I saw? His last 9 fights, 8 of those last fights, the same thing happened to him. Some of the knockdowns and knockouts that happened to him were some of the most appalling, some worse than the way that he knocked out men. I mean, knockouts where bang, 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 and flat on your face, hit your head on the floor, flat out like that. And then I remember thinking to myself, well, now you know what it felt like being in the shoes of all those you knocked out as well. So is there a karma in that as well? Same with footballers as well. One day you're going to be thrashing everybody, and in one of those days, with all that great football you were playing, I don't know if this actually falls under karma or it's just the laws of the way of the numbers, or that the law of averages is going to happen, and you get thrashed too. Because when you're losing 7-0 to someone and the whole crowd's on you, and it's a joyous day, a great massive day where, everyone's happy, we were magic, we were brilliant. But then there also comes a time when the same thing's going to happen to your team. And you're going to be crying like I have cried over many football games like that, for your beloved team where you're getting slaughtered. And then you remember also that you did that to many, many other teams as well. On the extreme side of the coin, men that fired their guns, murdered 10, 15, 20 people, less or whatever, and come to prison in the end. If they get a chance to live, but your name's ringing in the community, that if they're feared, gonna open up his gun, the baddest man, don't worry, I am that man, because they're gonna be scared of me because my reputation goes before me. But over the years, most of those same men pick up the same shots. Lucky if they live even to tell the tale. But again, when they're lying in their hospital bed, they will be thinking again, well, that's what it felt like for those who I shot too. The same with me when, certain sadly in that life with the stabbings and everything, when it was my turn to get it, I remember thinking, no, not me. I thought I was good at it. I thought, it was all one-way traffic, that I was going to be one dishing it all out all the time. But then there came a time when I got to feel the same pain as those that I inflicted it on. And some people take it very, very badly. But I'm reminding everybody and answering the question that karma and what goes around, I believe, does. So that's my part one of karma and what that life brings, because with so much badness and wickedness and evil, football, sports, all the things I've just talking about, there comes a time when the same thing that everybody else felt, other people's parents and families that had to suffer at the hands of you being murderers, yours will suffer the same way, broken-hearted to the way that their parents feel too. So just going to say good night to you all now, but I'm going to have a lot of things I've been hearing over the Christmas. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What am I hearing out here? That all of a sudden there's been another clux of people. Tell my son 45 minutes. I'm on my way. All right, darling? Sweet. Sorry. Another clux of people getting COVID over Christmas. So I'd just like to give some special mentions, please, before I go to my bed, about those that because of Christmas, they couldn't enjoy their time with their kids because of the isolation periods. Big C, right? I've answered one comment in those after that last video, and celebrating Christmas, letting everybody know how happy mine was. Big C talks about somebody else, and plus his 17-month-old kid has COVID too, so his Christmas was absolutely ruined by that. But also, some of the friends I've mentioned over the last few months and that, especially coming down there from Wales as well, my heart goes out to Carl Samuels and all his family. Hope you're going to have a big recovery. Terry O'Donnell down there in Wolverhampton, isolated from his family. Couldn't watch his kids open the presents and whatnot. He got the videos and everything, not the same thing. Wanted to be there for them. Thankfully today he tells me that he is better. And also Trina Doherty, one of my beloved besties from early, on this journey, sadly had to suffer the same fate. Many more. I'm not going to go through them all right now, but I'd like to pay my respects to you, and I hope you all get better very, very shortly. Also, Big C, big up yourself, boy. Better things will be coming for you. Trust me. It ain't always going to be bad, my boy, and hopefully there's going to be many more Christmases for you to get that, have a festive in the way that I had and many others enjoyed it. Without the hindrances of these viruses that are going down. I'd like to give special mentions to Nikki Shields down there in Birmingham. Nikki won't be long till I see you. Nishi Mash down there in Mozart, River Blue down there in Devon. And TJ, the great face down there in East London. Just like to thank you and all your family for all the support for all year. You'll be on my show one day, TJ Face. What a story that is. Again, for the ladies as well. Also, Uncle Bob and Sonia also had to suffer the fate of COVID as well. Thankfully coming through that as well. Uncle Bob and Sonia down by Northampton, very much big family of mine. Terry O'Donnell down in Wandsworth. Amanda Green, recovering from bruises recently, very disturbed by this young lady. I'll be seeing you tomorrow or the next day or tomorrow night, where we're going to do a podcast together where we'll be highlighting, well, I'll let you know that as it starts and that. So I'm going to move closer to that tonight. So tomorrow or the next day, I get that interview done with Amanda Green. Don't miss that, especially for the ladies who haven't been to prison or have been to prison, or husbands who have wives in prison. Give me some great insight to what it really is like there, in a ladies' environment. Also, any more Laura and Dan down in Birmingham. Send you loads of love. I know you had a nice Christmas. All right, my darlings. Big love to you lot. And I can't even read my own writing. Who's that one there? Sorry, big up my Coey, Big Ben Scott. Thank you for all your support over the 2 years, big man down there in Stoke. I love you very, very much, Ben. Never forget that, boy. And Matthew and Claire, Blackwell, down there in Greenwich and Woolwich, I remembered. Love you both dearly. Thank you for all your kindness over the Christmas as well. Tony and Lisa, again, as always, special love for you. And I'll be seeing you very, very soon. My voice is running out today. I'll be doing a lot of chanting, all right? So, tomorrow is podcast day. A nice surprise coming up. I love you all very dearly, but I am going to see my son.